see if it's online. Yep. Hey people, Tarek Miku here. I'm back for another stream, and today we're gonna play a game that I played before on YouTube, and it's called Clown Nights, as you can see by this thing. So, let's get started, shall we? Circus Administration look for security guard to work a night shift. Salary $125 a week. Please apply for this position by sending a detailed copy of your CV, ID, work permit. Certification references to this number. Down there. Yeah. Okay, damn it. You dumbass. Yep, good luck. Thank you. Damn it! There's a clown over there! Eating too many Happy Meals. Or McDoubles, whatever. Wait a minute. The fuck am I hearing? That clown was just knocking on my door. Okay, here's the Happy Meal clown now. Hey kids! I'm Albert the Happy Meal clown! Where's the Hey, I'm Frank the McDouble clown! Yeah, look at that. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Wonderful now. It sounds like I'm jerking off to an anime magazine. The fuck? I see it on the... Hopefully I can hold on this. I'll wait a few seconds. Here's go ahead and click off YouTube because Google Hangouts is its own page. Did you just hear what they said? Because I didn't. Just coming right towards me. That one's slacking. Oh, I hope it didn't come in. Oh, thank God. It's gonna come in this side. Yep, I'm looking out this time. It's almost 6 o'clock already. And check the other side. Nothing going on there. Hopefully I can survive longer. Does that dripping sound mean the clone's near? Or does it doesn't mean it moved? It's real, I'm confused. There's the fat one. The McDouble one. I'm gonna start calling you McDouble from now on. Is that okay? Okay. You don't want that name. Fuck it. You can have it. Have the name. Because you really eat too many McDoubles every damn day. You're gonna have leprosy if you don't stop eating those. Yeah, look at that. You're gonna have a stroke. And leprosy. David! It's coming in. It's coming in. It's coming in the door. Fuck you. Yeah, check that door. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. I hope it's gone. Oh, thank God. 5 a.m. Hopefully I make it to 6. I'm going to use the last of my time in the office here. Hopefully I make it to 6. There we go. Made it. Look at that. Yes, man. Really, last time I played, I didn't make it. Now I did. Night 2. I'm going to skip out on night 2. Maybe. I'll just see.
I'm sorry. All circuits are busy. Please try your call again later.
Wow, you little slut. Night 2, I'd be used to something like this. Dead Lab. First person indie horror. Fuck you. I'm trying to escape game. Ooh. It's a good description. Good piece from Self-Defiance collection with creepy images, cleverly hidden clues, and some awesome music. Sure. Click to enable Flash Player. It's pre-installed. From Newgrounds. I try it. I smell food. I actually do smell food. Bloody nightmare. Okay. Nightmares have haunted you for as far back as you can remember. Tonight, you decided to fight back and rid of them forever. Do you really know what it takes to destroy them for good? Sure I do. Yeah. Smells like hamburgers! I'm gonna go downstairs for dinner. Making fries and what? Yep, I'm live streaming, so don't bother. A horror game? Making curly fries and hamburgers. It's gonna be a burger dinner tonight. Okay, let's get started. Take a quick look around. Your game will be auto-saved. You can always start a new game from the main menu. Click anywhere to continue. Okay, items can rest here. What's your important info? Your score is based on the collection and orbs. Yep, based on time and collected orbs. Get help, return to the menu, your walkthrough. I don't even know. I played a game like this before. Look a map. What do I do? Wait. I don't even know how to do that. How do I get out of this thing? I want to put my own things in there. Close. I hope this ain't copyright. Yeah, I don't even know what this song is. So like, put it in the put this song in a. You put a comment if you know what this song is, because really I don't know what this song is. So if anybody can tell me in the comments right now. Or tell me in the comments later, after I get off the stream. I can actually do I can actually do creepypastas with this song. I don't even know where I'm going. Come on, knife. Fucking knife. I could probably try and break that hole with the knife. It's not budging. Let's see. I need to go down here. Nope. Nope. I hate this game. This could actually be a real place. And also put that in the comments if you know what this place is, because it looks real. Just put in the comments if you know if it's a real place or not, and tell me where it's located. Because really, I would love to know where this place would actually be in real life. I might actually read a creepypasta. I'm going to put a bonus creepypasta at the end. And this is the end of the stream. So I'm going to put a creepypasta in the, I'm going to put a creepypasta in this video. I might read Squidward Suicide. Since this is October. Okay, here we go. This is the creepypasta. Yeah, we're gonna read Squidward Suicide. So, I'm gonna put the computer down somewhere and start this creepypasta. I read this before, but not on YouTube, though. Yeah, if anybody gets an idea off me, I would gladly appreciate if anybody would make... If Dakota still had his channel, he would still be here. I don't know, I'm not actually going to sit down anymore. I'm just going to read right away. It's a long creepypasta, so... Put on your seatbelt, because we're going on a ride. Okay. So this is it. I was an intern at Nickelodeon Studios for a year in 2005 for my degree in animation. It wasn't paid, of course. Most internships aren't, but it did have some perks beyond education. To adults, it may not seem like a big one, but most kids at the time would go crazy over it. Now, since I worked directly with the editors and animators, I got to view the new episodes the days before they aired. I'll get right to it without giving too many unnecessary details. They had very recently made the SpongeBob movie, and the entire staff was somewhat sapped of creativity, so it took them longer to start up the season. But the delay lasted longer for more upsetting reasons. There was a problem with the series. For premiere that set everyone and everything back for several months. Me and two other interns were in the editing room, along with the lead animators, sound editors for the final cut. We received the copy that was supposed to be for the Krabby Patty and gathered around the screen to watch. Now, given that it isn't final yet, animators often put up mock title cards, sort of an inside joke for us, with phony, oftentimes lewd titles such as How Sex Doesn't Work instead of Rockabye Bivalve. When SpongeBob and Patrick adopt the sea scallop. Nothing particularly funny, but work-related chuckles. So when we saw the title card, Squidward Suicide, we didn't think it more than a morbid joke. Yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop it right in the middle of the creepypasta, so I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. Okay. Alright. One of the interns did a small throat laugh at it. The happy-go-lucky music plays as the normal. Yep, as is normal. The story began with Squidward practicing his clarinet, hitting a few sour notes, like normal. We hear SpongeBob laughing outside, and Squidward stops yelling at him to keep it down as he has a concert that night and needs to practice. SpongeBob says, okay, and then goes to see Sandy with Patrick. The bubble splash screen comes up when we see the ending of Squidward's concert. This is when things begin to seem off. While playing, a few frames repeat themselves, but the sound doesn't. At this point, sound is synced up with the animation. So yes, that's not common. But when he stops playing, playing, the sound finishes as if the skip never happened. This is a slight murmuring in the crowd before they began to boo him. Not normal cartoon booing, this is common in that show, but you could very clearly hear malice in it. Squidward's in full frame and looks very afraid. The shot goes to the crowd with SpongeBob in the center frame. He too is booing, very much unlike him. That isn't the oddest thing, though. What is odd is everyone had hyper-realistic eyes, very detailed, clearly not shots of real people's eyes, but something a bit more real than CGI. The peepers were red. Some of us looked at each other, obviously confused, but since we weren't the writers, we didn't question its appeal to children yet. The shot goes to Squidward sitting on the edge of his bed, looking very forlorn. The view outside of his porthole window, is of a night sky, so it isn't very long after the concert. The unsettling part is at this point, there is no sound. Literally no sound, not even the feedback from the speakers in the room. It's as if the speakers were turned off, though their status showed them working perfectly. He just sat there blinking into silence for about 30 seconds. I'll stop here for a minute. Baby crying in the background. If you didn't hear it, I hope you didn't. So, let's see. I think I stopped at 30 seconds. Then he started to sob softly. He put his hands, aka tentacles, over his eyes and cried quietly for a full minute. More, all the while, a sound in the background very slowly growing from nothing to barely audible. It sounded like a slight breeze through the forest. The screen slowly begins to zoom in on his face. By slow, I mean it's only noticeable if you look at shots 10 seconds apart, side by side. His stomach gets louder, more full of hurt and anger. The screen then twitches a bit, as if it twists in on itself. For a split second, back to normal. The wind through the trees sound gets slowly louder and more severe, as if a storm is brewing somewhere. The eerie part is this sound and Squidward's sobbing sounded real, as if the sound wasn't coming from the speakers, but as if the speakers were holes, the sound was coming through from the other side. As good a sound as the studio likes to have, they don't purchase the equipment to be that good to produce sound of that quality. Below the sound of the wind and sobbing, very faint, something sounded like laughing. It came at odd intervals and never lasted more than a second, so you had a hard time pinning it. We watched the show twice, so pardon me if things sound too specific, but I've had time to think about them. After 30 seconds of the screen blurred and twitched violently and something flashed over the screen, as if a single frame was replaced. I'm gonna stop here again. I'm gonna charge the phone, which ain't common. Yeah, I actually gotta charge it. Like other creepypasta readers. Okay. As if a single frame was replaced. I gotta plug it in. Now I got it. The lead animation editor paused and rewound the frame by frame. What we saw was horrible. It was a still photo of a dead child. He couldn't have been more than 6. The face was mangled and bloodied, one eye dangling over his upturned face. Popped. He was naked down to his underwear, his stomach crudely cut open and his entrails laying beside him. He was laying on some pavement that was probably a road. The most upsetting part was that there was a shadow of the photographer. There was no crime tape, no evidence, tags, or markers. The angle was completely off. For a short designed to be the evidence, it would seem the photographer was the person responsible for the child's death. We were, of course, mortified, but pressed on, hoping that it was just a sick joke. The screen flipped back to Schoolbird, still sobbing louder than before. In half body frame in frame. In half body and frame, there was now what appeared to be blood running down his face from his eyes. The blood was also done in a hyper-realistic style, looking as if you touched it, you'd get blood on your fingers. The wind sounded now as if it were that of a gale blowing through the forest. There were even snapping sounds of the branches. The laughing, a deep baritone lasting at longer intervals, coming more frequently after about 20 seconds. The screen again twisted and showed a single frame photo. Okay, I might stop down at, I don't know, I'll just stop anytime. The editor was reluctant to go back. We all were, but he knew he had to. This time, the photo was that of what appeared to be a little girl, no older than the first child. She was laying on her stomach, her barrettes in a pool of blood next to her. Her left eye was too popped out and popped naked except for her underpants. Her entrails were piled on top of her, above another crude cut along her back. Again, the body was on the street, and the photographer's shadow was visible. Very similar in size, the shape to the first. I had to choke back, vomit, and one entered, and the only female in the room ran out. The show resumed. About 5 seconds after the second photo played, Schoolbird went silent, as did all sound. Let's see, I'm off here. Okay. Like, it was a scene started, he put his tentacles down. I'll just read again. About 5 seconds after the second photo played, Schoolbird went silent, as did all sound like it was when the scene started. He put his tentacles down, and his eyes were now done in hyperrealism, like in my Google photo. See, I'm off again. I'm going to read again. After 5 seconds after the second photo played, Squidward went silent, as did all sound like it was when the scene started. He put his tentacles down, and his eyes were now done in hyperrealism, like the others were in the beginning of this episode. They were bleeding, bloodshot, and pulsating. He just started at the screen, as if watching the viewer after about 10 seconds. He started sobbing this time, not covering his eyes. The sound was piercing and loud, and most fear-inducing of all is his sobbing was mixed with screams. Tears and blood were dripping down his face at a heavy rate. The wind sound came back, and so did the deep voice laughing. And this time, the still photo lasted for a good 5 frames. I'm going to stop down at Mr. Hillenberg is obviously angry at this. I'm sorry I stayed. So let's go back up. The animator was able to stop it on the 4th and backed up this time. The photo was of a boy about the same age, but this time the scene was different. The entrails were just being pulled out from a stomach wound by a large hand. The right eye popped and dangling, blood trickling down it. The animator proceeded. It was hard to believe, but the next one was different, but we couldn't tell that. Excuse me. He went on to the next same thing. He went back to the first and played them quicker and lost it. I vomited on the floor. The animating and sound editors gasping at the screen. The 5 frames were not as if they were 5 different photos. They were played out as if they were frames from a video. We saw that hand slowly lift out the guts. We saw the kid's eyes focus on it. We even saw 2 frames of the kid beginning to blink. The lead sound editor told us to stop. He had to call in the creator to see this. Mr. Hillenberg arrived within 15 minutes. He was confused as to why he was called down there. So the editor just continued the episode. Once the few frames were shown, all screaming, all sound again stopped. Squidward was just staring at the viewer. Full frame of the face, about 3 seconds. The shot quickly panned out, and that deep voice said, "Do it." And we see in Squidward's hands a shotgun. He immediately puts the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. Sorry, I'm just fixing myself up. Okay, he immediately puts the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. Realistic blood and brain matter splatters the wall behind him in his bed, and he flies back with force. The last 5 seconds of this episode show his blood. The last 5 seconds of this episode. I can't read it. The last 5 seconds of this episode show his body on the bed, on his side, one eye dangling on what's left of his head, above the floor, staring blankly at it. Then the episode ends. Mr. Hillenberg is obviously angry at this. He demanded to know what the heck was going on. Most people left the room at this point, so it was just a handful of us to watch it again. Viewing the episode twice only served to imprint the entirety of it in my mind and caused me horrible nightmares. I'm sorry I stayed. I actually got 2 more paragraphs here. The only theory we could think of was the file was edited by someone in the chain from the drawing studio to here. The CTO called in to analyze when it happened. The analysis of the file did show it was edited over by new material. However, the timestamp of it was a mere 24 seconds. Before we began viewing it, all equipment involved was examined for foreign software and hardware as well as glitches, as if the timestamp may have glitched and showed the wrong time. But everything checked out fine. We didn't know what happened, and to this day, nobody does. There was an investigation due to the nature of the photos, but nothing came of it. No child scene was identified, and no clues were gathered from the idea involved, nor physical clues in the photos. I never believed in explainable phenomena before, but now that I have something happen and can't prove anything about it beyond anecdotal evidence, I think twice about things. I hope you guys enjoyed this creepypasta. If so, give this video a like and make sure you subscribe for more videos. And anyways, guys, this is it. So I'm signing off. So goodbye, people. Would you bring me down water, please? Mom said. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. I'll see you on the flip side, and have yourselves a rockin' Halloween on Tuesday, and a good night tonight. So, if this creepypasta scared you or anything, hold on. Okay, if this creepypasta scared you and it might give you nightmares, I'm sorry that I read it for you. Anyways, I gotta go. So anyways, bye, people. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace, bros.